The Ravens were already a strong team, but now everything's changed for real. They went out and got DeAndre Hopkins, one of the most respected receivers in the league, hoping he's the final piece to complete this offense. And make no mistake, this wasn't just another move. This was a clear message. They want the title, and they want it now. And that's what's got everyone talking. Is Hopkins really the guy who can take this offense to the next level? Is this team ready to handle the pressure that comes with sky-high expectations? What's truly going to change with him on board? Stick with me until the end of this video, because we're going to break down how this move could be the game changer the Ravens have been waiting for to finally chase down that Super Bowl. Go Ravens! You ever been working on a puzzle and felt that frustration when it looks perfect, but you know there's still one piece missing? That's exactly how the Ravens feel right now. This team was one of the best in the NFL last season. 12 wins, a tough defense, an offense that could score, but when it mattered most in playoffs, it all ended too soon. So what did they do? They went out and found a solution. They brought in DeAndre Hopkins, one of the most respected wideouts in the game, hoping he's that missing piece. The Ravens aren't interested in waiting anymore. The time to win is now. The front office was aggressive in building this roster, going after veterans who can help push them over the top. And with Hopkins comes a weight of expectation that he'll be the guy to open up this offense and make big plays when it counts. Fans are fired up because they know what he's done before. And what makes it even better, he's not coming in alone. He's joining forces with Lamar Jackson, one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the league, and that combo has people excited. What stands out most is how Hopkins seemed to understand the responsibility he's walking into. He's not showing up like a superstar looking to steal the spotlight. He's coming in humble, ready to be part of something bigger. And that matters, because when a team's as close to winning it all, unity and focus are everything. From day one, Hopkins seems locked into that mindset. Now the big question is how he'll fit alongside the other receivers. The Ravens have built a group that could be a nightmare for opposing defenses. And that's what we're diving into next. How the trio of Hopkins, Zay Flowers, and Rashad Bateman could become one of the most dangerous receiver groups in team history. Just imagine what NFL defenses are going to have to deal with trying to stop this Ravens trio. On one side, you got Hopkins, the king of contested catches, pulling down throws that look impossible. Then there's Zay Flowers, young, explosive, and slippery, shaking off defenders like it's nothing. And don't forget Rashad Bateman. When he's healthy, he's smart, polished, and knows how to find open space. It's like they've blended 3 different skill sets that complement each other perfectly. And what makes it even scarier? The guy throwing him the ball is Lamar Jackson. Defenses already lose sleep over him because he can hurt you with his arm or his legs. Now, with more weapons in the passing game, Lamar doesn't have to rely so much on his running ability when the pass isn't there. This could make the Ravens' offense even more unpredictable and dangerous. There's another layer to this too, how this trio can inspire the younger players on the team. Watching a guy like Hopkins put in work at practice, stay focused, and share what he knows, that can change the vibe in a locker room. And that mix of youth and veteran leadership creates the kind of chemistry that wins big games when the pressure's on. With this group set, there's something else we got to look at. How Hopkins is approaching this new chapter of his career. Because let's be real, he's seen his prime. Now it's about showing he still has what it takes to help a team chasing a title. That's what we'll get into next. How Hopkins' mindset and humility could make all the difference in Baltimore. What stood out right away about Hopkins in Baltimore was his attitude. We're talking about a guy who's been all-pro, who's had huge moments in his career. He could have shown up acting like the star of the show. But that's not what happened. From day one, he showed massive respect for the team, the locker room, and the work that's starting there. When he said, "I might be the missing piece or I might not be," he made it clear it's not about him, it's about the team. And that mindset matters. Talent alone isn't enough. If a player isn't bought into the team's mission, if he's not willing to share the spotlight and put the group first, the whole locker room feels it. But Hopkins, with all his experience, gets it. He's here to add value, to mentor, to lead by example. And when a veteran like him shows humility, that sets the tone in a big way. It also fits perfectly with what the Ravens have always been about. This is a team that values unity hard work, and playing for something bigger than yourself. Ravens fans can spot when a player is all in for the team, not just chasing stats. Hopkins, with what he's saying and doing, is already earning that respect on and off the field. But even with the right mindset, there's one challenge no player can outrun: time. And now it's time to talk about that. How a 33-year-old Hopkins is looking to prove he can still make a difference in one of the league's most dangerous offenses.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
Hitting 33 years old in the NFL, especially as a wide receiver, isn't easy. The body doesn't bounce back the way it used to. Injuries hurt more, and recovery takes longer. And Hopkins knows this better than anyone. After bouncing around teams and going through some tough stretches, he's got a fresh shot here in Baltimore. But this time, his role might look different. He doesn't need to be the hero every single week anymore. What the team needs now is his experience, his calm under pressure, and that special talent to come through in clutch moments. What's interesting is that even at this stage of his career, Hopkins showed last season he can still perform at a high level. He racked up over 1,000 yards, proving he's still got gas left in the tank. But now, he'll have to find the balance, being productive when called upon, without having to carry the whole offense on his back. The Ravens have plenty of weapons, and the plan is for him to be one piece of a well-oiled offensive machine, not the only hope. His real challenge is accepting this new role and making the most of it. And it looks like Hopkins is ready for that. He seems to get that his best shot at a Super Bowl is by fitting into the bigger picture. More importantly, he's willing to do whatever it takes to help the team get there. That includes stepping back from the spotlight sometimes and showing up as the guy who makes the big play when it counts. Now, with Hopkins stepping into this role and the roster built to be strong all around, the moment of truth is here. The big question every Ravens fan is asking: is this team really ready to turn all this preparation into a championship? That's the pressure we'll dive into next. The Ravens are at the point where next year is no longer an option. This team is built to win right now. Every roster move made makes that crystal clear. The veterans brought in, the young talent already in place, the total focus on fine-tuning the last details. Bringing in Hopkins is another sign the team refuses to fall short again. They want the title. And that puts a ton of pressure on everyone. That pressure doesn't just come from outside, from fans or the media. It comes from within. The players themselves feel this might be their best shot at Super Bowl. The roster is healthy, strong, and motivated. And when you have all that, you can't let it slip away. Leaders like Lamar Jackson, and now Hopkins, know the weight of responsibility is on their shoulders. But pressure can also be fuel. Teams that turn that pressure into focus and maximum effort on the field usually go far. And the Ravens seem to have exactly that mindset. The challenge is staying locked in game after game, knowing every play matters and small mistakes can cost you big once the playoffs arrive. There's almost no room for error now, and the team knows it. With the roster bolstered, the championship vibe in the air, and fans full of hope, everything is set for a season that could go down in Ravens history. And what everyone's waiting to see is how Hopkins and this team will turn all that potential into results on the field. After everything that's been done so far, the Ravens have made it clear their focus is simple: win. The arrival of DeAndre Hopkins, the receiving trio they built, the veterans' humble and hard-working attitude, and a roster ready to handle the pressure, all point to a season with no room for excuses. The team has set the stage to turn potential into results. Of course, only time will tell if these pieces come together the way fans hope. The challenge is huge, the pressure intense, and the road to the title demands full concentration on every detail, every game. But you can feel the shift in the air. The time to chase the trophy isn't tomorrow. It's now. So, what do you think? Do the Ravens finally have what it takes to bring home the trophy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's follow every step of the season that could make history together.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, Don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself. See you there, and until the next video, go Flock.